Well, initially, I think I got a grounding from my late father when we were kicked out of Solrha town in 1955. We were relocated to in the White City above. Then my late father saw the need for the blacks to read. And then he said, "No, my son, I think as a lay preacher and an ex-principal, we can try and open a bookstore because there's nothing around here. And I'm bent on, look at the books that I have. Then we can put them to use, especially among the youth." I said, "Where do you propose it?" No. I spoke to Mr. Kazamula. He says, "I can come and look around whether I could utilize the space at the back." So when we thought about that, let's go and check whether the place will be convenient for the general public. So we went to Mr. Kazamula, Obada Miyango. That was his name and surname. When we got there, fortunately he was present. He said, no, Mr. Rachilo. He couldn't pronounce my name, Rachilo. Then he says, "Yeah, your father came and he spoke to me, and I told him there are two shops at the back, because he was active in the front row. So we went around to see what we could do. Then I found the place very convenient. Then, obviously the rental was discussed, and he said that come in about 2 weeks. I shall have cleared all the stuff that is stored there, and then we can talk. All right, after a month, then we got ourselves organized with the initial funding, and then we started painting the place, putting shelving and all that. And guess what? My father was a close friend to Mr. Thomas Masikela, who has since passed on. Hugh Masikela's father. And says, Mupedi Wakes, you've got a place. Yes, talking to my father. Says, "I've got a place, and we're going to try our luck with my son in having a bookstore and see if we are good." Then, without wasting time, we went to the World newspaper to try and negotiate if they could start supplying us with a daily paper. That was a success. And then they augmented all the weekend papers. Now, guess what? Mr. Mandela and P.Q. Vundla used to chill out every Sunday to buy their Sunday papers there. And then it grew. And I tell you, in 2 months, we couldn't cope. Because now, I had a friend who was working for an advertising agency. He said, no, you what? Put a board, man. Put a board in the corner with an arrow showing that at least there is a place now where they could. I tell you, Eddie, man, in a month's time, we could not cope. In exactly 11, the papers were sold out. People now through that board, they knew where to locate us, and the supplies, we had to see that it's augmented. And my father was now singing a tune to the bank. You get what I mean?
Yeah, that's quite interesting.
After matriculating at Madibani, I decided to become a social welfare worker. I went to John H. Hoffman School of Social Work. And at the time, I was a junior to Dr. Sam Mutsunyane, the first guy who locus. And a year above me was the late Winnie Madikizela Mandela and Dr. Helen Kuzwai. Those were my seniors. And man, I tell you, those were heavyweights. And there was this other guy from Rhodesia, Nkomo. Yeah, he was also just about to complete and go back to Rhodesia. And then it was a hub of activity, I tell you. And then it was run by Dr. Ray E. Phillips. He was an American evangelist who came into the country and started it. Everything was so successful. But now the strange part is, after 9 months being at school at John Hofmeyer, I was passing Doke House, which was next to John H. Hofmeyer. I saw an old friend, Ken Gampu, seated there on the lawn. And they said, hey boy, come, man, come. I said, come on, man. And we sat on the lawn. They said, what's happening? There's a guy from University of Cape Town. His name is Asol Fuga. He wants to group the first black actors that is going to train for a new production. It's going to be called No Good Friday. I said, hey man, no, boy. Just take a chance. Stick around. You'll see what happens. All right, Ken, but I've got another call somewhere, man. They are waiting for me to get another family that is being kicked out and see as a social worker if he cannot bridge the gap. But they stick around until, after that, this guy's around. He's still talking to Ian Bernard, who's running the outreach. All right, I stuck around. Auditions were conducted. And then, as I was about to leave, Sipos Pamela says, hey, there's Solrha Rachilo, try him there, man. Then I went in and said, we're short of one actor to complete the cast. How about it? Would you mind to join us? Well, I'll take a chance, but I'm doing social work. No, just take a chance. I tell you, by that stroke of luck, this is where I am. An accomplished, prolific, literary artisan extraordinaire in the arts. Through all those years, what have I accumulated? Then the next time I met with Ken Gabba says, boy, I told you, man. I told you, just try your luck in the arts. And this is where I am today.
So you went through that, you became an artist by accident, didn't you?
By accident, you said it. By accident. I literally stumbled into the profession. It was not something that I'd made up my mind on, but there I am. Now, this guy, after the first successful play, No Good Friday, Ethel says to this guy, this guy's got a command of the language. I want to try him next year in the next play that I'm going to produce. It's called Nongo. I see he's got a flair. There's something that I've seen good. Then one day he says to me, you know what? Seeing that we have made a success of the first production. Now, what Ethel had decided is all the actors, he had already tried to convey that he wants to go to the Gold Coast at the time, which is the subsequently got Ghana. Hey, these guys that recently got married, Stephen Molloy, Dan Poho, and man, they said, no. We were newlywed, man, we can't leave the country and go to so far, man. So, then we embarked on 1959 with Nongogo. I did my thing, man.